Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. Starting the week, we got some more build guides, this time not very much for newer players, but let's see. First one is a duelist, Flicker Strike with a two-handed weapon. This guide has skill tree options for axes, swords, maces and staves, so there is a lot to choose from. However, it's more of a solo build rather than party play, and that is because Flicker Strike uses frenzy charges, and if you cannot kill monsters yourself fast enough, you will not be able to Flicker Strike, and that doesn't just happen when you are in a party. So there we go, solo build, fast clear speed, and really the best way to get a seizure. Then we got a Witch, which uses Ice Nova. Yeah, great DPS, however, you will need a lot of money to start off with this build, so being really expensive, it's definitely not in the range for a new player. However, if you like Ice Nova and you always wanted to try it, you can just go with this one. Next is a Shadow, which uses Frostblade with the unique two-handed sword over Sacrifice, and uses 10 frenzy charges from the tree, from the passives and everything else. This is a very easy guide to follow and also includes some tips on using the build while keeping it on a budget. However, I'm not sure how well it works while on a budget. And the last one is a Scion, a tank pretty much, and uses Firestorm to both deal damage and heal himself up. Again, not the best for newer players, as it uses Chaos Inoculation, Zealototh, which are definitely not the easiest things to pick up when you're just starting. So right before the 2.0.2 patch notes were deployed, GGG showed us a couple screenshots of new 3D arts for many items that were added. Here we go, the Crown of the Pale King, the Deep One's Hide and the Kalinios Malleus. Then we got Ice Tomb, which really isn't that good anyway, and Sire of Shards. Really, GGG loves this stuff, so I'm not surprised it received a 3D art so quickly after being released. There we go, Jack the Axe, really looks pretty bad to be honest, and the Kingmaker, which is honestly horrid, as it just really one item glued to the other. However, the central part is pretty good, at least that one is. Life Sprig, really great one, definitely one of the most used leveling items if you are a mage, of course. The Mjolnir, not that you will ever see it in the middle of your discharges, but yeah, it looks really good. And then an alternate art, Geoffrey's Baptism. I don't know how many players got this one, but yeah, here it is, and it looks pretty okay, I guess. And then the 2.0.2 patch notes actually hit, and there's been a lot of stuff going on. However, let's just jump to the big ones, if I can find them right away. So features, graphical performance of Discharge has been improved, so now it only plays the dominant effect if you have multiple charge types. So yeah, speaking about Mjolnir a minute ago, and now here we got this one. Probably will help a lot with those Fakener and everything else. Some more skills which got sound improvements. There's also much further improvement to asset preloading, resulting in slightly faster game load time and reduced memory usage. Also improved memory usage of some user interface textures. Hopefully this is for the text when you have a loot explosion on your screen, which sometimes can even crash your game, so also improving load times. Yeah, that's pretty good. We just saw before 3D art added for a lot of items. And then there's a lot of balance stuff, which you should just go through if you're interested, because we could be here for like 2 hours talking about all this stuff. Quickly though, some more content added and the balance to the Tempest. There are 4 new Tempest prefixes, which is the Revealing Tempest. You get identified items, this is really good. Poisonous Tempest, create poisonous clouds at the location, nothing too strange there. Arcane Tempest grants stuff, which is also pretty normal. Resisting Tempest, where you cannot be chilled, frozen, ignited or shocked, and gives you additional elemental resistances overall, so that's a nice protective one. But a very interesting one is the 1 Tempest suffix that has been added. It's off incursion and adds 10 invasion bosses to the zone, so this is gonna be fun, although invasion bosses are not what they were at the beginning on Invasion. Those were fun times. But anyway, there's more stuff, of course. If you're interested, you should definitely check this out. Also, look at this. This is how many bug fixes GGG made in this patch, and GGG continues to bug fix all they can, so good support on the game as always, and that's good. Next we got the grand winners of the video making event, which finally ended. The hand selector winners for the grand prize is Chicken Nugget, first prize is Shikutenshi, second prize is Cup of Respect, and the final weekly prize is Team Tips. Of course, these are all videos, and if you want to check them out, be sure to click the link I will put in the description down below. There's also some randomly drawn winners for first and 2 second prizes. Congratulations to them, and also congratulations to the Emberwake race season winners, because the race has ended. I do not have the final ladder over here. However, congratulations to everyone who manages to make it out alive of these races. Hopefully you didn't rage quit too hard. Well, you definitely didn't if you got to the end. And now GGG, with this post, celebrated their 1000th news post. And with this came a couple of old screenshots. The first one was the previous oldest screenshot. You can check the full topic over here, however the screenshot is this one. You can see there's somewhat of a 3D shapes, there's rectangles, there are walls, the terrain is flat, and now here we got the first inventory. It's filled with rings and swords and stuff. And next is probably the oldest screenshot ever for Path of Exile. This dates back to late 2006, and it's basically an arrow that moves in 2D and shoots. And this was like 1 month into the development by Chris and Jonathan, even before Eric joined them. And then there's a very interesting division. They started thinking what type of weapons would fit where. So we got daggers, as you can see in the shadow zone. The sickle probably became the claws, although sickles they look cooler, but yeah, they're more farmer stuff, so I guess claws go well. Then we got the wand over here, which survived for the intelligence, the staff for the int strength, while the scepter for the strength int. We got the mace, full strength. There's the axe and the great sword for the mixes for strength dex. And then there are rapiers, sabers, short sword, kind of dexterity, small strengths, and of course all the bows. And as you can see here, repeating crossbow. Yeah, we'll never get a crossbow, but you know, maybe sometime we'll actually get one. And last, the big drama that's spun over Reddit this week is the master crafting meta mods, and GGG promptly responded with their views. Well, they had to, because the situation was really getting out of hand. And basically what happened, a little bit of backstory here, a couple of players decided to share with the general public their, well, I shouldn't say new, but to the mostly unknown crafting methods, where you can block suffixes or affixes with the meta mods from the masters, and you can then scour items, and these prefixes or suffixes can actually be retained even though you scour the item. So this wasn't known, not many tried it, there were some misinformation going around, and this made it possible for this couple of people to get really rich. And when they explained how it went, A lot of people raged because GGG used to make a post saying how this worked, but then deleted it because they felt like the community should discover those type of things by themselves. So yeah, of course, a lot of things went on. Most people just jumped on the rage bandwagon. So GGG decided, of course, to make their own statement. And here we go, very quickly. Why was this behavior not clearly documented? This is because, as I say, GGG likes to leave the players the choice to find out what works and what doesn't, and eventually keep it for themselves to get rich, or share it with a friend, or share it for everyone for their karma. That is why GGG didn't really document how this thing works. Why did Carl quickly delete a Reddit comment last year clarifying how this works? That is because, of course, they wanted to keep the natural progression of the players learning. But someone said this was changed in 2.0.0, which is the last big patch that hit. This is not true. These metamods have worked since they've been added a week into the Forsaken Masters update. So Orb Scouring says removes all property from an item. Why doesn't it remove mods that are locked? That is because these metamods overrides the rules, the basic rules of the orbs. So yeah, metamods actually dominates over the orbs. This wasn't really clear at all, even though it makes an example that if you can't be frozen and you try to get frozen, of course you do not get frozen. The behavior of the Orb of Scouring was not clear at all, so that's the only thing I'm not really sold on. But anyway, is the behavior going to stay like this? Yeah, it is. Very likely that it's going to be like this. GGG always knew it could be used like this. Actually, they designed it to be used like this. In fact, even more with the recent removal of the Eternal Orb. So crafting is going up a new level. So if you still don't know about this, just make some research, and it's gonna change your world if you used to be crafting, especially if you used to be crafting without this method. The economy is broken now. Well, that's not really true. GGG doesn't think it is. It's just that Exalted Orbs are really high in price. The Exalted to Chaos ratio is going through the roof at the moment. So players ask, can we have a Chaos Sync? Actually, Chaos Orbs can sync, especially if you're doing maps. Although I'm pretty sure not many players think of spending their Chaos Orbs on maps. Yeah, many do, but I'm pretty sure the majority, the real majority of the players do not actually do that. So it's funny that they say since the removal of Eternal Orbs, the rate of YOLO Exalts has increased. That's because when you Exalt, it's always YOLO Exalt right now, because there is no Eternal Orb. So yeah. Well, I mean, you can take what you want from this, but this is GGG's stance. So regardless of how you take it, this is how it's gonna work. So you can adapt or die while raging. So there it is. And it's also everything for this week. So if you like the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host, Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.